See, this is the problem with not uploading a news video in a while. You get so much backlog of stuff to cover that you gotta filter out all the unimportant stuff so that the video isn't 15 minutes long. So I really hope you guys are interested in the shows that I chose to cover. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of AniNews. As always, I'm your host, Anime Sam, and today I've got a fairly long list of brand new previews from the upcoming season to show you, as well as a couple of new anime to share and some Netflix anime related news at the end. So let's get started with our first preview for today, and that's for a new original anime coming next season called Vanishing. This Studio Mappa production brings us another action anime with a few mystery elements, and it has some of the stuff from 91 Days, so if it looks a bit familiar to you, that's probably why. From the trailer alone, this anime already has two of my favorite things, snipers and plot. So let's see if it can do a good job of implementing those two aspects. Netsuzo Trap's performance this season is less than great. But don't worry, because if you're a fan of the Yuri genre, you've been blessed with a second chance. Consider Netsuzo Trap the substitute for the show Citrus that's coming out in January. We recently got the first preview for it, so we get to see a little bit of what to expect. Will the show be better than its counterpart from this season? Probably not, because these types of shows never do well, but you can always hope. Apparently the source material is pretty good, so you can always go check that out first too. Now let's talk about another new anime. This was recently revealed to us, and it's called The Scales of Nil Admirar, the mysterious story of Taito. So the synopsis for this one was pretty long, so let me skim it down to 3 brief sentences. Girl finds book from dead brother. People from Imperial Library Intelligence Asset Management Bureau reveal that these books can heavily influence the reader. Girl can now see auras of the books that can influence people. And that's pretty much all you need to know right now. Moving on. Blend S is the fall season's newest slice of life comedy that literally gives you a checklist in the trailer of what to expect. So here, let me pause it for you so you can verify yourself whether this show has what you need. Don't worry, take your time. It makes my job a lot easier since now I don't have to explain the show. Oh, and here's another trashy show for you guys. Eromango Sensei's second season came a little bit earlier than expected in the form of "It'd be good if only little sister was here." Quality title, quality storyline, quality anime. I'd love to spend more time on the best show of next season, but we gotta move on. I've also got a couple trailers for some sequels. I'm sure quite a few of you are excited for Sangatsu no Line's second season. I managed to pick up the teaser for it, so if you'd like to watch the full thing, the link to that or anything else that I mentioned is in the description below. I actually never watched the first season, but I've been meaning to get to it. I think I've just been holding off for a while because of the art style, but if you've seen it, then let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. The other sequel for today was for Food Wars' third season. Now this is a show that I'm really excited for. I'm a little behind in the manga, but it's always great seeing the stuff that you've read before getting animated. I think I might do an anime-manga episode for this show too, that could be pretty interesting. Now I've got a couple more previews here that are a bit more discreet than the other ones. Darling in the Franxx got another preview, but once again it doesn't show too much other than some small silhouettes and close-up images of the mech. The preview does reveal that the mechs are called Franxx and we do get a visual of one, so we got to see their unique design. And don't forget that this is just the first of 3 original productions that Studio Trigger is currently working on, so hopefully we'll get treated to 3 unique masterpieces if we're lucky. This second preview is really vague as well. It was titled Rose of Versailles, but also has the text Reimagination in the title. I couldn't find too much info on this, but it is confirmed to be a game that is also getting some form of on-screen adaptation, so maybe you guys know a little bit more about this one than I do. And finally, here's the full trailer for the upcoming show Mazinger Z Infinity. I've already covered this show several times, so I'll leave it up to you whether or not you guys want to go watch the full thing. But let me tell you, this preview was a whole lot better than the last one that I showed. I'm much more open to the art style they showed in this preview since the CG looks to integrate a lot better with the animation. Now for the new anime announcements. At a recent event where there was a Strike Witches and Brave Witches panel, it was announced that the franchise is working on a 10th anniversary special project. They weren't allowed to release any specifics, but the tweet mentioned something along the lines of being happy with what they were doing with the series. A new anime called Library Cross was announced. Ousama Game and Konohana Kitan got scheduled for October 5th and 8th respectively, and we got new visuals for Just Because and Sengoku Nightblood. And now for the Netflix news that I mentioned earlier. I have the list of 13 new anime series coming to Netflix, but first, the more important news. Have you ever watched so much anime that you were just like, damn, I really just want to make my own? I mean, Misty did it. And I guess when you know enough people and have enough resources, anyone can. Because the singer Ezra Koenig and actor Jaden Smith teamed up to make their own anime called Neo Yokio. Now, I'm gonna try not to be too harsh or anything because I've only watched the trailer, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that if you have no experience working on any sort of television production, then you might not be very good at it. From what I saw, it's pretty much a mix of every anime trope at an astounding 2 frames per second. They even have the in-your-face product placement not once but twice. Like, I get it, Toblerone helped you guys to make this soon-to-be masterpiece. Listen, the only reason I'll even consider watching this is because it's being produced with the help of Studio Dean and Production IG. So maybe, just maybe, there may be some enjoyment to find in this show. It comes out on September 22nd, so only a couple of weeks until we get to find out anyways. As for what else is coming to Netflix, we've got the survival show AICO Incarnation, the postmodern discount psychopath show, The Beginning, a new fighting show called Baki, some weird show about a friendship robot called Cannon Busters, Children of the Whales, Devilman Crybaby, Bit Apocrypha, 6 months later of course, the Godzilla movie, probably the most interesting one, Lost Song, Knights of the Zodiac, Saint Seiya, also 6 months late is Kakegurui, the Rilakuma series, and also Sword Guy, so a nice little selection that we can look forward to in the near future. And that's pretty much all I've got for you guys today. I'm gonna try to upload an anime manga tomorrow, and then another Fate video on Tuesday, so that's what you can expect from me in the future. But as always, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this type of anime news content, then you already know what to do. So until next time, ciao!